Hello, today we are talking about how are struggling people feeding their families. I got this ad from Nathaniel. Thank you, Nathaniel. He sent it to me a couple of weeks ago. Now, this was before all the SNAP and all that stuff. He was like, Tara, you got to see this. And this says it's Amy's post. I have no idea who Amy is. Nathaniel sent this to me, but it says, every time I go to the store, I just worry about all the people that don't have a lot of extra money. I literally got essentials. That's key right there. Literally got essentials. Stuff for dinner and a couple of snacks for lunch, and it was nearing $200. That's another key right there. I spend easily $1,000 to $1,500 a month for a family of 6. How are people that are struggling able to meet their needs? Okay, so let us take a quick look at this picture. I'll have Mike zoom in here. Now,
how do I zoom in on it? Oh, I have to open it in here.
Now, if you will look.
Hold on, I can't zoom in because, oh wait, maybe I
can. First of all, I'll have him zoom in on the total here. First of all, the total, if you look and see on the total here, it is not almost $200. It is actually $163. So,
it's not on the screen.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
So,
okay.
So 100.
Where am I going to?
Right here, showing that total. So the total is $163. It's not almost $200. Okay. I mean, yeah, it is closer to $200 than $150, but
she says this is almost $200.
Yeah, this is not $200. Now, the next thing is, let's go to the left there and let's look at some of the things that she has here. She has on the far left top a packet of pudding cups, a tub of margarine, fruit candies, that's all sugar.
Ooh, Disney branded too.
Disney, yeah. She's got a fancy loaf of bread on the left. Underneath the bread, she's got, it looks like, I believe it's a birthday type cookie thing, pre-made birthday cookie thing. And I think under the fruit snacks, I'm not positive, but I think that might be cookie dough.
Looks like it says Pillsbury on it.
Might be cookie dough. So then let's go down to the bottom. The only thing on this shelf.
Like pre-made cookie dough?
Yeah. That is legit is the milk. The only thing on this shelf that's legit is the milk. Now scroll down. She's got goldfish that are already prepackaged. She's got Little Debbie snacks. And she's got more fruit snacky things. And that's all that we can see in this picture. Now, let's go back over to the money. So, let's look at this.
Is this the cheese crackers?
The cheese crackers alone were $15.
Wow.
The Welch's snacks, the fruit snacks, were $6.
It says goldfish crackers, $7.50.
Oh, she must have had, those were other crackers she had in there for $15. She had another fruit snack for $3.59. The pudding cups were $1.39. She had 2 Lunchables for $2.29. Lunchables have really 25 to 45, maybe 50 cents worth of stuff in them. She's got Blue Bonnet spread for $3.99. I can get that for $1.29 easy. She's got cookies for $5. Yeah, you were right. It was Pillsbury cookies, $5.29.
That's just for the dough?
Yeah.
How much is it for you to make cookie dough?
Probably 75 cents.
That much? I thought it was even less.
No. Well, if you use chocolate chips.
Mm.
Then, and I'm going with what I assume she got chocolate chip. And then she's got the bread for $2.49. You can get bread for $1.49 easy. Okay, so how are struggling families feeding their food? Well, first of all, they're not buying all this stuff. You can go back to me. If you're struggling, you're not buying this stuff, guys. You can't afford it. $163 worth of junk food. Lori, it does not cost more than 75 cents to make cookie dough. It doesn't, especially for that amount of cookie dough.
Claire Trio says, but wait, where's dinner?
Absolutely insane that people think that buying this stuff is considered you're being poor. So what are you supposed to do?
I think it's funny that she says, I literally got essentials. Stuff for dinner and a couple snacks for lunch. Almost everything there is snacks.
Now, here's the thing.
With the pre-made snacks, the expensive kind.
With AI and Photoshop and all this stuff, this could be a totally made-up post. But I guarantee you, I have been in Walmart and seen and heard this exact same thing, I don't know how many hundreds of times. All the time. Somebody's complaining about the price of food, and yet they're coming home with ding-dongs and ho-hos. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
You just don't like ding-dongs and ho-hos.
No, I just like saying ding-dongs and ho-hos because it's catchy. All right. First of all, guys, our cookbooks are on sale up to 50% off for our 100,000 subscriber celebration on my other channel, Super Easy Recipes. So let me tell you right now, you could invest in one of these cookbooks and save on your first trip to the grocery store because you're not going to be buying all that stuff. I have how to make pudding in here. I have how to make cookies in here. I have how to make bread if you want to make bread, but you don't have to make bread. Just buy the Walmart bread instead of the fancy schmancy stuff. I even have how to make cheese crackers if you want to make them. You don't have to make them, but at least don't buy them individually packed. All right. So, oh shoot. So I can't show my video that I have now, can I?
You can probably send it to me also.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we're having tech issues today, guys. I apologize. So what would I do if it was Tara shopping and I was having hard economic, at least this time around, they're not saying hard economic times. In 2008 and 2009, that was the big catchphrase. Hard economic times. And I just wanted to shove the hard economic times down their throat. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But anyway, I digress. So,
let's see. So
what would I do? First of all of those chips, all of those snacks would not be purchased. I would make my own brownies. After Christmas, Halloween, you can get brownie mixes, cake mixes, frostings. I already got these boxes of chicken here.
I started already.
25 to 50 cents.
So it's $59
or pennies.
So $60 for 40
on
90%. $1.50 a pound.
And
so I'm going to take and put it into Ziploc bags and freeze it.
Oh, the audio's going on it?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay. So first of all, what I would do, well, that's not a very attractive picture, but first of all, what I would do is I would, there. Okay. So first of all, what I would do is I would go after Christmas, after Halloween, after Valentine's Day, after Easter. And when it starts hitting 50, 75, 90% off, I would stock up on those things. I got last year Christmas tree brownie mixes for 50 cents a box. I got cookie mixes for 50 cents a box. One year, I got a whole bunch of Halloween cake mixes for 9 cents and 15 cents a bag. Go after all these holidays, Easter, Christmas, Easter and Valentine's Day are the best, and get your bunnies on clearance at Dollar Tree, at Walmart, at your grocery store. Get them on clearance, chop up those bunnies, and use them in the place of chocolate chips. I know chocolate is expensive. I've been hollering at my boys who want to make chocolate chip pancakes to stop getting into my candy chocolate chips because it's for my candy making videos. As a matter of fact, it was my son's birthday a couple of days ago. And guess what he got for his birthday? chocolate chips. So hit all the after holiday sales. Next, hit the regular sales. I went to the grocery store the other day because I needed some lettuce for my son's 7-layer dip birthday cake. And I forgot the lettuce, so I ran to the store to get it. And when I walked into the store, this is what I saw. I'll have Mike bring up the video.
Oh, whoops. Do you need the audio?
And yeah. Okay. Let's
click here.
Yep. Okay, hit play.
These boxes of chicken here, they were $10 off, so it's $59, so $60 for 40 pounds of chicken. $1.50 a pound for this chicken. So I'm going to take and put it into Ziploc bags and freeze it so we can eat it later. All right, so I got all this chicken and all this chicken there and right there. Then I have this chicken and 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 this chicken. So all this is going in the freezer. Now I'm gonna go bleach everything and then throw it in the freezer.
All right. So here is 80 pounds of chicken in my freezer. And people will say, but Tara, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to repackage 80 pounds of chicken. Do you know how long that took me to do? It took me 15 minutes to package all the chicken up, and then it took me 5 minutes to bleach everything, and 30 seconds to throw away the boxes. And I saved $90. $90. Now, is it worth 20 minutes worth of work for $90? No one goes in and figures the cost for that. So let's take that $90 and say you're a working mom and you make $20 an hour. And by the time you pay all your expenses, we'll give you a generous $10 an hour coming home after taxes, all your work expenses, all that kind of stuff. We'll say you're bringing home $10 an hour. You would have to work an entire day plus 1 hour on the next day for that 20 minutes worth of work. And don't tell me you don't have time. I don't care if you have 3 kids and you're a working mom and you're tired. You're even more tired because you're having to work so much because you're not being frugal with your grocery shopping. It's your own darn tootin' fault. You can do it. Stop buying the ding dongs. Stop buying the ho-hos. Okay, now go back to the video, my love.
Okay.
Was I too harsh?
Yeah. Oh, it's right at the beginning.
Okay, nope, just push play. Okay, so there's the 80 pounds of my chicken in the freezer. Now, pause it. I took this chicken, and in my video for my other channel, I said that this is 1.5 to 2 pounds of chicken. This is actually probably 3 to 4 pounds of chicken. Huge chicken. And so what I did was I left one out and I went ahead and decided to go ahead. Look at how huge that is. Absolutely huge. So I decided to go ahead and cut this up for dinner. And at the time I thought we were going to have 6 people for dinner. So I thought this will be plenty for us for 6 people for dinner. And then we'll have leftovers for Mike and I for a couple of lunches. So I got this all cut up into nice little pieces. And then I put it in my pan, lined it with foil for easy cleanup. And I got my seasoned salt. And I just generously seasoned salted each side of my chicken and put it in here. Then here's what I did. I took leftover orange juice from the fruitcake video I was making, and used it as a marinade. I just poured it in there. I had raisins soaking in there. And so I just used the leftover orange juice as a marinade. Added additional seasoned salt.
Did you add any other seasonings?
Nope, just the seasoned salt. Well, I did later. Yeah, I did later. And so I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with it. So then I decided to make the orange chicken from our Dining on a Dime cookbook, volume 2. If you go to livingonadime.com and search, you can type in Chinese chicken and you'll find it. And I took vinegar and soy sauce and my garlic powder, and I put it all in there. And we have a whole Chinese chicken section with all the different, sesame, sweet and sour, all the different flavors of Chinese chicken in our Dining on a Dime volume 2. And I took some of the orange juice and added it to the sauces just to give it a little bit more liquid to help it distribute more evenly over the chicken. So I got that all in my bowl, and then I got it got all mixed up, turned over my chicken so that the bottom would also have a little bit more of the orange flavor, got it poured over, and then I put it in my oven and baked it at 350 degrees. And that was dinner for us. Now, it was on Dining on a Dime, volume 2. I can't remember the page number. I took off the audio so I could talk to you guys. But anyway, we have a whole section right there is our Chinese chicken section. Lemon, garlic, all of those. So then I took some cornstarch and water, and the water's not boiling, it's cold. Mix the cornstarch into the water. And then I poured, after my chicken was done, I took my chicken out of the oven and I poured all that luscious chicken
yummy goodness
sauce juice right there. I took and poured it all in, and I brought it to a boil. Just a second, I'll show you here. Look at all that yummy, good broth there. Tasting all delicious. So I poured it all in there, and that's what it looks like after it baked. Okay. Then I let it bring to a boil, and I added more salt and more salt and more salt because the world needs more salt, people. And I added more salt, and there you can see it's coming to a boil, and it's getting all nice and thick. And there's my son doing doing a selfie. Okay, so then I had rice and chicken and my carrots, and our eyesight is going to be all nice and great now because we just have all orange stuff for dinner. So there's our orange chicken. So why am I showing you that? Because notice I didn't waste anything. I saved the orange juice from the raisins soaking for my fruitcake because we're making fruitcake great again. If you watched my other channel, Super Easy Recipes, I'm making fruitcake great again. And it was delicious, by the way. It is delicious. I'm still eating it. Easy dinner. It was less than $1.50 per serving for the entire meal. The rice, the baby carrots, everything. So that the 4 of us that ate for that dinner that night, it was less than $5 still in 2025. And we had real food that was filling. So how do people feed their families when they're struggling? Use everything you have. Shop the clearance items. Shop the sales. This week, this is my ad right now. Cheese, 8 ounces of cheese, 3 for $5. That's a really good deal. It is time that I need to stock it up for cheese. That is just over $3 a pound, about $3.70 a pound for cheese. which is a good deal for me in my area. So I'm going to go stock up this week. There is no limit on here. Tomorrow's senior day. So they might just give me the senior discount too because of my gray hair. See, that's another. Not only do you save money on hair dye if you go gray, you also save money at the grocery store because they think you're old when you're not. When you're just a young spry thing, but they think you're old.
When the checker 16, checker can't tell.
So I'm going to go stock up on that tomorrow. I'm also going to go stock up on Friday. They've got turkey breasts on sale at my other grocery store. So I'm going to make another trip to the grocery store. Now, for me, it's only, half a mile to my grocery store. It's not very far. To one grocery store and a mile to the other grocery store. But if you don't want to make separate trips, we have family visiting here today. So we're going to be in and out. So it's no big deal for me to just run in and stop. My daughter's wants to go to the thrift stores and stuff, so I'll be taking her to those. But so that's easy stop for me. Literally 5 minutes in, pick up what I need and get out. 10 minutes at the most. Because I don't go in and diddle around. Okay, if you guys have comments or questions, please leave them in the comment section and Mike will send them to me. Now, the next thing I do is I don't cook everything from scratch. You're going to say, what, Tara? No, I don't make homemade bread to save money. Now, you can, but I don't. Because the amount of time that it takes, it's more wise for me to spend my time getting the bread for $1.42 at Walmart than to make homemade bread. Because homemade bread is more of a dessert than bread because it tastes so good. And my mom came up with this one, and she's right, is because it tastes so good, they just eat it all really quick and they don't actually use it as bread. They use it more as of a dessert. So you can make homemade bread if you want, but it doesn't actually save money. Now, the other thing I do is I use smaller plates for smaller portions. You don't need a huge 12-inch plate for dinner. Get a 7 to 9-inch plate. And the majority of us need to lose weight anyway. We need to just stop stuffing our faces. Well, that's a good way to help with that. Are you breathing heavily because I'm preaching to us?
No, I'm breathing heavily because I can't breathe.
Oh.
Because you're preaching to us.
But Net Detective says you spent $1,200 on groceries. No, I didn't. This is just some lady on the internet. She said between $1,000 and $1,500. So I just went in the center and said 1,200 of that. So the next thing is stop making your meals complicated. I have a meat with a bread and a fruit or vegetable for dinner. So what does that look like? That looks like chicken breast, either cooked on the stovetop or cooked in the oven or the crock pot with some rice or potatoes or even just toast. My grandma used to just have toast with every single meal. She would have a huge plate of toast whenever the family would come over, and everybody just loved eating toast. As a matter of fact, I thought about going on a toast diet because it's the only thing that doesn't make me sick when I eat. I'm like, I'm just going to eat 1,200 calories worth of toast every day, and just that's it. But anyway, I digress. And then I'll just have frozen vegetables or fresh vegetables, cucumbers cut up or broccoli cut up, a bag of broccoli, a bag of cauliflower, any of those things. I will just make my dinner easy and not make it ridiculously complicated with all these ingredients that you don't need. Do you know I've never bought a shiitake mushroom in my life? I actually have had shiitake mushrooms and they're very delicious, but I haven't bought any. I've never bought Well, I can't say never. When it was on sale for 99 cents, I did, but I very rarely buy things like asparagus because it's just too expensive. So just keep your meals simple, and then you can send me the first one. Then you can keep your budget down, and you don't have to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. All of my meals, I have chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia. All of my meals, in my Dining on a Dime cookbook right here, volume 1, volume 2, usually it's 20 minutes or less in the kitchen. Usually it's 20 minutes or less. And then the green one is my dairy-free, gluten-free, dairy-free edition. Easy recipes, get you in and out of the kitchen quick. Guys, my cookbooks are on sale up to 50% off right now. We're having 100,000K subscriber for my other channel. Super easy recipes. We hit 100,000 last week. Woohoo! So I was excited about that. All right, now we're going to get to your comments and questions. Are they good ones today, dear? Are they good ones?
Oh, do you need questions?
Yes.
Sorry.
Oh, he didn't get them to me yet. Okay, so let me go back over here.
I was frantically grabbing them after.
You were frantically grabbing them. Jane says, now, young ladies, dye your hair gray. You'll probably get a senior citizen discount. There you go. Yep. Louise says, one way we save money is my husband washes the car here at home. He does not take us to the car wash. Oh, yeah. It's $20 to wash your car at the car wash now. And usually the car wash messes up your car. Let me tell you. All right. Here we go. So thank you, Nathaniel, for that example of sending me a crazy in internet world. Crazyville. We've had Crazyville at our house a lot lately. Yesterday, I got bit by a spider on my finger doing laundry, and we couldn't find the little turd. And oh my goodness, it hurt like the dickens. Oh my goodness, it hurt so bad. So then my finger all started turning white and going numb. I was like, oh, this is not good. So I frantically called my favorite nurse practitioner, Michelle. I love her.
Who needs a medical bag for her house calls?
Yes, I need to get Michelle a medical bag because she made a house call to me, brought me the antibiotics I needed, had a good old-fashioned house call. That was so nice of her. And she saved my finger so my finger wouldn't turn black and fall off and die. And I can almost get it bent all the way. I can't quite, but I can almost get it bent all the way now. I couldn't bend it until this morning. I just was able to start bending it about 5 or 6 hours ago. So that spider bite had me freaked out because I was like, ooh, I need my finger. I've realized it's hard to type when you don't have an index finger. All right, so that's one of the adventures we've had this week. Mike ended up with a flat tire. We haven't had a flat tire in years.
It must be a slow leak because I use this as an opportunity to go buy this little tire inflator thing that our friend Tommy Alderman from Alderman Farms showed us and reinflated it, and it hasn't completely gone down, so it must be a slow leak of something in it.
Oh, brother. I don't know what kind of spider, guys. I'm assuming a brown recluse because we have those here.
You do?
Uh-huh. I've seen them. And Mike needs to go spray the house again. He's really good about spraying our house, but it's been a couple of years since we sprayed. So he needs to go spray again. But I was a little concerned when my finger started turning white and it was so swollen I couldn't bend it. I was like, ooh, that's not good. That is not good. So I called Rob and I said, Rob, tell Michelle I need her to call me. I've got a problem. And I don't want to go to the emergency room and spend $3,000 on this if it's just antibiotics. All right. So hello, Tori. Hello, Bounty in the Badlands. She said it's 50 degrees there. It's 50 degrees here too. Sharon, hi, strangers, long time no see here from Australia. Good morning. Yes, this will be recorded, so you can watch it later.
And we usually clean it up after the fact. So
yeah,
our little hard start beginning with the
Mike will take that off. Yeah. Rusty said, love to cover Bridge Festival this year. Ooh, that would be fun. Badly Badlands, has anyone heard from Wanda Hutchins? I haven't seen her in weeks. I don't know, Wanda. I haven't. I'll see if I can find her email. I might email her. You're right. I didn't even think about that. Hello, Darlene. Shannon. Emoji Shannon. Hello, Shannon. Darlene, I'll order pizza delivery tonight. It's free. Woo! Yeah, one of our kids does DoorDash, and they gave him a coupon, and he brought home some teriyaki chicken, and it was in a thing like this big. He said, yeah. He said, this is $25 now.
So it's $25 as if they order it on DoorDash, right?
I don't know. I guess.
He got it given to him, but he didn't buy it through DoorDash, but I think that was the DoorDash price. I'd be curious now to go there and see what their regular price at the counter is.
Yeah.
It's a new place in town.
Yeah. Vicky says Lunchables gross, so tastier and cheaper just buy meat and crackers and put it together. I know. Just buy yourself some deli meat and cheese and crackers, and you can have 5 times the amount, 20 times the amount for what you pay for a Lunchable. Michelle, I love a big bag of potatoes for roasting them for breakfast. Yes, baked potatoes are great for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You can just throw them in the oven and roast them, throw them in your air fryer. I just cook with potatoes all the time. Diane Dine Volume 1 and 2 and our gluten-free edition have a ton of really good potato recipes. Cindy, I love your videos like this. More people need to watch this because this shows how people are really not shopping smart and wasting money. Yep. Valley Badlands. Oh, wait till I tell you what my daughter and I did today. My daughter did it, not me. I just kind of encouraged her, and I shouldn't have. It's pretty funny.
How you are.
I forgot to bring the picture. Shoot, did you get a picture of the stack?
No, I can go get one if you want.
Text her and see if she'll send you a picture of it.
Get it.
You can just text her. I'll go through it. I'll see if I can get a picture. Valley of the Badlands says, don't even get me started on the price of chocolate. Oh, I know. The price of chocolate has gotten ridiculous. But here's the thing. We got ginger cookies. We got oatmeal cookies. We got sugar cookies. We got snickerdoodles. We got no bake. We've got brownies. We got all the cookies you want. And like a lot of them don't use chocolate. So you don't have to have chocolate. Maybe that's what I should do, is a video on cookies that don't use chocolate to help save money. That would be a really good video. Darlene, 99-cent sell for a loaf of Sara Lee bread. That's great. Angela, my son is lucky if he gets some of those snacks every 6 months. Yeah, we never buy that stuff. Hardly. I'm not going to say never. That is mostly treats at Christmas and Easter and Valentine's Day. Or like I would get the kids Lunchables when they were 99 cents for the first and last day of school. But other than that, no. Vicky, I doubt that is AI because that looks like a normal shopping cart. I know it does.
Yeah, that's not
even
AI.
if it's AI, even if it is. I see this every single time I go to the grocery store and somebody's griping about the price of groceries, and this is what they're buying. And you know, I have a really hard time keeping my flap shut.
Well, AI
and sometimes I don't.
AI can't get that text right. All those little numbers and letters and words and stuff.
Oh, that's true.
AI would never be able to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, never in 2025.
Heather wants to know, do I think Duke's mayonnaise is worth buying versus the store brand? If you don't have the money, no. But if you have the money, yes. So we did a mayonnaise test on one of these shows, one of our live shows. If you go to the live tab, we did a mayonnaise test. Was it last year, I think? Or in 2023, I don't remember. And Duke's won out for me. I'm a mayonnaise aficionado. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
And I have to say Duke's won. And now that we have the money, I buy Duke's. I just do. It's just so much better. Darlene, any ideas on what to do with a bushel of apple, please? Oh, yeah. Go to livingonadime.com. I have a huge post of a ton of apple recipes. Apple butter, apple pie filling, apple bars. You can use them in apple oatmeal bars. You can use them for slicing, and freezing them. And you can use them for apple cobbler. All of those are in our Dining on a Dime Volume 1. Go to livingonadime.com and you'll find our Apple post. Here, I'll just get it real quick for you. Mike's working on getting comments and questions
you want me to
for
send
me.
You some more?
Nope, I will right here. I got it. I got it. I don't got it. Where'd it go? Where'd the Apple post go? Homemade applesauce, apple muffins, apples and peanut butter. Here it is. 18 of the best ever apple recipes. I knew it was here. Right there. So you can use all of those, but I personally, my favorites are apple butter, applesauce, and then the apple pie filling. As a matter of fact, I have some apples sitting on my counter right now that I'm going to freeze for apple pie filling. All right. You can send me the next one. Dixie, I will not buy the Walmart bread that I've tried several times. It molds way before it expires. Oh, really? I've never had that happen. That's interesting.
Well, it's possible it doesn't expire on us because the kids just snarf it.
Yeah, but I've had it like a week or 10 days before. I don't know. Susan got brand name cake mix for 59 cents. That's a great deal. Yeah, you can make cookies with that.
Would it mold worse in a humid environment?
It would mold worse in a humid environment, probably.
Maybe it's because we're in a dry climate.
So I would put it in the refrigerator in that case. Janice, James said, good evening from conservative Floyd County, Virginia. Oh my goodness, don't even get me started on the elections. Wow. Janice. Tara, you look cute with your hair behind your ears. Oh, thank you. I look 10 years younger. I've had a very rough day today, so thank you for saying that. Bounty in the Badlands. I follow the commodity markets fairly close. Chocolate is unbelievable. Coffee is projected to rise another 50%, and feeder calf prices are on the rise again. Well, shoot, maybe I should go to Walmart and get some more coffee then before the prices go up. See, and that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. We got a tip from someone who's watching the commodities who says coffee is going to be going up. Okay, so guess what I'm going to be picking up at the store tomorrow? More coffee. Because my stockpile is getting low. All right. Carrie, toss markdown cake cookie mixes in the freezer. They'll keep for a long time. That's a great idea. You can also vacuum seal them and they work really good too. Oh, did you get a text to show, speaking of vacuum seal?
No, do you want me to just go take a picture?
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I can just walk in there.
So, my daughter is here visiting she lives in a town in the same state, but quite a ways away. And we went to the Restore today.
Are you sure you don't want me
to Okay, go get a picture. It's pretty. It's just not the same without the picture.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'll come back to that story.
North 40 for the picture.
Okay, go to the North 40 for that. Okay, Mike's gonna go get the picture, and then I will tell you guys that story. Darlene says I need to label a drawer mine for my chocolate. Yes, I have a specific couple of shelves that are for just the show food that my boys are not allowed to touch because it's for show videos, because my Christmas candy videos on super easy recipes are going crazy already. Thank you everyone who's been watching, and all of you who have sneakily found my other new recipe channel that I'm not announcing yet. James. I knew it'd be showing up on your feed sooner or later, but I wanted the algorithm to get going. So that other channel is actually doing really well also for a new channel. As a matter of fact, I think I might even be monetized by next week. I'm hoping. So that would be wonderful. That's like unheard of. Usually it takes 1 to 2 years to get monetized, and I will have had it monetized in less than 4 weeks if it happens next week. So I would be super happy. Anyway, Susan, did anyone see people losing $1,000 to $4,000 in food stamps videos? I have no idea. I had no idea people got that much. I know, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. DH, I'm glad I live in New York. You know what? New York deserves what it's going to get. And I feel so sorry for those people who did not vote for that man. But you know what? There are no words to describe how bad this is. People just really have no idea how bad.
We make it so.
It really is. All right. So here's what my daughter and I did today. We went to the Restore, and the first thing we walked in,
Oops, hold on.
and we saw
Let's take just a second for me.
this couch. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's getting even worse. So they took down the big tall pile that went almost to the ceiling fan.
Well, yeah, but they made this pile, which is almost as good.
Did you want to come talk about your deal?
Hold on, let me see if I can get this share
So
window.
my daughter, this is
Wait.
It's not showing. You're showing the wrong. Go to the other one. Here, I got it. Okay. My daughter, this is a couch.
Notice we have some cameos back here. and right here, there's a cameo.
My daughter got this couch at the Restore, and we walked in, and she absolutely loved it. And she's like, oh, I don't know, Mom. How would I get it home? Because she lives several hours away from us. And she has this little tiny car. She has a little tiny car. And I said, oh, no problem. We can put it in the 4Runner, and we'll bring it down to you. Well, it didn't look this big in the store. It looked way smaller in the store. There's my son-in-law's finger. So now my adult children are making a fort out of my daughter's new couch. So I don't know, do you guys have any suggestions? The only way we can think of to get this to her house is to buy mattress vacuum seal bags and put the pieces in there and vacuum seal them up so we can compress them down to bring, I don't know. What do you guys think? So here's the thing. She got this brand new couch for $250. Stinking good deal. They had it marked. They were going to do $300 and yeah, $300 to $350. And I asked the store manager, because I know him really well, I said, would you take $250 for this? Because my daughter's like, Mom, how are we going to get this home? I don't know. She said they didn't want to.
Okay.
And so he said, sure. So I said, okay. And then we started loading it in the 4Runner. How many trips was it?
3.
It was 3 trips in the 4Runner. So I don't know, guys.
Which is a pretty large vehicle if you have just a regular car.
You know, somebody said, Michelle said, get a U-Haul. I wonder how much it would be to run a small U-Haul.
It would probably be more than you'd want to spend.
You think it would?
So it'll be a lot.
They charge per mile?
Yep.
Oh,
Unless
I thought
you
it was
come
like
back up here.
150 for
Unless you
like
drive back up here, then it'll be a local trip. $25 for a local. It took 4 days to do a local, but hey.
4 days. Oh my. Or we could borrow a
Just joking.
trailer. Yeah, somebody said we could borrow a trailer maybe.
I don't
know.
Not a bad idea.
I was just thinking we could tie all that on their tiny little car. Be hilarious viewing.
So they had it stacked up and it went almost to the ceiling fan. It was what, like 1.5 feet maybe below the ceiling fan or so? It wasn't.
Our
And we
ceiling
have
fan's pretty high.
and we have a 13-foot ceiling.
Yeah.
So it was pretty high. Nathaniel says it was probably fit in a Toyota Sienna. Yeah. Okay, that's good. So we're trying to figure out how to smush this thing down to get it to her house. We might have to make a couple of trips down to see them and visit.
Woohoo.
If you don't get it
Not
till
complaining.
March, is that a problem?
You gonna wait that long?
But she has this little room that they have like a sitting room area. And I thought, ooh, that would be really nice in there. But what happened was when we went to go look at it, it had 4 pieces? And we didn't know it. So we bought it with the 4 pieces. And then they kept bringing out more pieces. So we didn't know it had that many pieces. So anyway, do we know someone that has a pickup truck we could borrow? Probably. It's too bad our truck
We have a
can't make it
pickup.
down there.
It would just be we could go. It could make it. It just wouldn't be very comfortable.
There's got to be some way. So we have on order, she ordered some mattress vacuum seal bags. I didn't even know there was such a thing for moving. So we're going to try that and see. Jay No More, do you have a neighbor with a trailer that would fit in mine? That's what I'm thinking. I think there's got to be a way. An 8x8 trailer. Somebody must have an 8x8 trailer. You know what we need is a horse trailer.
I mean, just
also,
how much did you save by getting this at the thrift store?
$800.
Oh, well, maybe it would be worth a trailer.
Yeah. So I don't know if you could get a trailer rental for like $100 or less. Might be worth it. Maybe we should look into that and see
if we borrowed a trailer from somebody, because a lot of people are saying that, then we probably would need to go down and visit in the very short term in order to bring it back.
Yeah. You probably have to take it down and bring it back in the same day, which would be easy to do. I make that trip all the time, going down there and back in one day or the next day.
I was just thinking about business trips.
What did Jack think when he walked in and saw that? Did you have a
regular day on the farm?
A regular day on the farm.
Just another day on the farm, is that what you said?
Oh, poor Jack. He never knows what he's going to come home to. Oh, what do you got to unload? Every day after garage sale day, he's like, Mom, do you need help unloading? I have good kids. They know their mother. All right. So if you guys have any ideas, let us know. Valley of Badlands, Wyoming. Just need a friend with a 2-horse trailer. Yeah, that's a good idea.
We've got a lot of friends with them. Just not sure if we could send it away for a few days.
Well, and I don't want their new couch to be smelling like horse either.
Well, that's true. I forgot when we moved.
Yeah.
Some people in a horse trailer. It did have a very distinct horse smell about it.
Yeah. DH, being stressed about not having enough money is worse than taking time to cut up chicken to save money. I know. I totally agree. Totally agree. Karen, oh man, I live to see a freezer looking like this. It's so beautiful with all that chicken. Yes, it is. A DRA, is this an old video? You had the same blouse on last week. Oh, did I? I was wondering, and we've had a really bad day today.
Well, everyone actually responded.
I'm sorry if I wore the same. I was just trying to get in my fall vibe.
Did you see what Naomi said?
They are on live, and that's my favorite shirt. It is my favorite shirt.
A whole bunch of people started saying, she said last week that was her favorite shirt.
So maybe I need to wear it until I can stop wearing it for 3 more weeks for Thanksgiving.
Just so you know, there are a lot of days between our shows, so it does get washed and stuff.
I actually just washed it last night, yes. But sorry about that. I couldn't remember if I had worn it or not. All right. James, I should move to Wyoming. They better reflect my political views. Oh my goodness. I just can't imagine what chaos is going to ensue now. Yeah.
It won't be seen for a while, so people won't connect it with.
No, they won't.
Their decision.
Nathaniel, need anything for baking or for Thanksgiving or Christmas meals? Kroger has it all on sale this week. I helped my mom get stocked up today. Yes, that is great. Yep.
Oh, when people are talking about borrowing a trailer from someone, I don't know if we were clear. They live like 5 hours from us.
Yeah.
So borrowing a trailer would be a little more, because some people were talking about getting one from Home Depot, but that wouldn't be they usually want it back in a couple hours. So yeah, since they're 5 hours away, that would be a difficulty.
Yeah. Although the rental place might have something. I wonder how much they would have. James says James says, if I lived close to the Killiams, I could help with the heat with the leftovers. Oh my goodness. I discovered what to do with the leftovers. I had a plate of fruitcake and fudges yesterday. I had 2 plates actually that I took to the thrift store to give to the thrift store people. And as I was standing in line waiting for them to open the door, they were talking about my fudge. And I said, well, do you want a piece? Oh yeah. So I was sitting there just opening the fudge package and letting everyone have a piece of fudge. So now I know how to get rid of it. But Amazing Grace says, let's pitch tents in their yard. We'd have to fight the deer though. Oh man, we had a herd. Is that what they're called? No, flock. No, not a flock. A flock's birds. What are the deer called when it's a whole bunch of them? Herds. We had a herd that had 4 bucks. And there was like 5 does and like 2 or 3 smaller ones. They weren't babies, but they were the babies earlier, but now they're deers. Day before yesterday, 2 days ago, I don't remember. Did you see him? Or was it Dave? It must have been Dave. I think it was Dave.
Wait, say that again?
The herd of deer that was in our backyard. And the little turds were eating my plants.
I've seen them before, but I didn't see them recently. So that must have been one of the others.
Yeah. So how do you keep food cold when you would shop an hour away? Just leave it as it is. For an hour, I just leave it as it is, unless it's ice cream.
I forgot. Wendy says U-Haul typically will do a one-way rental. Is there a U-Haul? I got to thinking.
Well,
they might do a one-way rental because everyone's fleeing from further south.
Yeah.
And it would be getting it
closer. It would be cheaper here to go.
It would be closer to further south.
That's what I was wondering.
It might be worth asking.
I was thinking if they could get a U-Haul for $100.
Can they tow it on the back of that bicycle they drove up here?
Well, no, but we could take it down with the 4Runner sometime.
It's funny. In Wyoming, everyone has a vehicle that's huge. And in Colorado, I remember a lot of people had huge vehicles and they were mostly just for show. But here, wow, it's actually a working vehicle.
Yeah.
Like some of the roads you can't make it if your vehicle isn't high up, and a lot of deer. So.
Yep. Okay, let's see. Darling says I meal plan by pantry rotation. Yep. Tanya Applegate. Hard to believe it's almost Thanksgiving. Almost time to put up the tree. I know that's what's so funny. His mom sent me this thing yesterday that was this comedian saying, November, I can't believe it's November already. Like everybody always says, I can't believe it's November already. It's so true. Michelle, I enjoy making marinades for my meat. Type of juice, vinegar, spices, onion, garlic powder, salt. Yes. Lori, it was okay. I was outside shaking my toaster out, trying to get all the crumbs out of it. I don't know what that means. Oops. Okay. Let's see. Diana, that is necessities. On what planet I want to live there, LOL. Yeah, no kidding. Kimberly, I'm late, but I'm here eating leftover homemade lasagna. Oh, yum. Judy, I got free chocolate bar from the supermarket. I cooked pumpkin I got for free. I made pumpkin bread with a chocolate bar that I chopped up into chunks. I also roasted the seeds. Very good. Deb, this week I picked up 4 large packs of chicken breasts in the markdown section for $1.50 a pound. That is a good deal. Hello, Judy. And my desk drawer says, save your pickle juice. Yeah, that makes a great marinade also. DH says, these are great tips, everyone, especially for young families struggling. Yep. Gina, I will start freezing cake mixes. Yeah, freezing cake mixes is a great way to make them last longer. Ruth, and if you get cake mixes and they expire, you can still use them. Just add a teaspoon of baking powder. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. $65 to rent a U-Haul?
For an 8x4. That would be big enough if you jammed it in there really hard. It was a pretty huge pile, but I think it would fit in that one. Or maybe there's a 5x8 too. Wow. They might want to do that. It did ask me what kind of vehicle. I can't remember what their vehicle is, but I do remember.
Well, they don't have a trailer hitch.
I just said it was a smart car, and that's what they told us.
Well, but, oh, seriously?
No, I didn't really say that.
Well, we're planning on making a trip down there in the next few weeks anyway, so we could just rent it one way and take it down to them. I can't believe
Wait, you're going down there?
No, but other family members might be going.
Oh yeah,
other places.
Well, I'm in another place entirely.
Yeah, everyone's heading south, but Mom.
Some are heading really south.
Ruth, 45 years ago, when my son was in elementary school, he took lunch every day. Bought a big bag of Doritos. Bag said 14 servings. My son got 14 sandwich bags and divided. Yep, very good, very, very good. Yep. How many people do that? And they don't. Actually, I'm okay with chips. But just do that on Sunday afternoon. They can just make up their own lunch piles and they can just make up a thing of brownies, make up a thing of cookies, bag up some chips, pre-bag baby carrots if they want, put in ranch dressing in little containers if they want. Michelle, I definitely make marinade. Yep. Desk drawer, I make sourdough for my husband because I can't have bread. Yeah, I mean, that's totally fine. I'm not saying you shouldn't make bread at all. I'm just saying, don't think you have to make bread to save money. Valley Badlands, my weaning dinner on Friday I think she means winning.
No, I think she means weaning because she's on the ranch.
20 pounds of cross rib roast. Oh, so that she must have workers there.
I was thinking she means after
20
the
pounds
workers.
of cross rib roast, 20 pounds of mashed potatoes, 6 pounds of mixed green or garden veggies, 2 gallons of baked beans, 3 different salads, 8 pies, 2 cheesecakes, 5 pounds of garlic ribs, 4 apples plus. Wow.
Yeah, when Bounty shares those stories, I always think about your great grandma.
Yeah. My great grandma tells the story how she gave, while she was in labor with my grandma, she had to cook 17 loaves of bread for the harvesters that were there. And she was having to give birth with all these harvesters there. And she had to make 17 loaves of bread before she could give birth to my grandma. Ohio farm girl. Unfortunately, we live in an instant gratification world. I find it impossible to have an adult conversation with people with this mindset. Yeah, me too. Susan and I have been freezing cake mixes for years. I buy after holidays and throw in the freezer. Yeah, that's a great way to do it. DRA, do your adult kids follow your methods? Yeah. I mean, not everything, but yeah, they
Jack
do.
More than all the rest.
Probably. My youngest is
really
the most frugal.
And he's also really excited about that. He actually pulls out the cookbook frequently and is making new things he's never made before.
My youngest is the most frugal. As a matter of fact, he cleaned out his backpack for the beginning of the school year. He didn't get it done at the end of the school year. So for the beginning of the school year, he's pulling out his backpack and he had this 3-wing notebook that was literally flapping and falling apart. And he said, "Oh yeah, I can still use this." I said, "Jack, it's totally broken and flapping." He said, "Oh, that's fine." He said, "I can just open it and keep using it." I was like, "I'll spend $1.50 and get you a new notebook." No, I'm good.
He's definitely just so make it work kind of guy. Yeah.
I was like,
and he's not particularly concerned about what other people think on stuff like that. He does dress really sharp.
Yeah. Amazing Grace, where's a good deal for a small upright freezer that are new? My daughter's looking for one. I find mine on my local Upcycle and Facebook Marketplace. Every day there's somebody selling a freezer. New, I mean, I would just get one from Walmart or Costco or something like that if you wanted. I honestly don't know because I just get them new. Bounty Badland says lunch in the corrals, egg salad, ham and cheese sandwiches, 4 dozen butter tarts, 4 dozen rhubarb muffins, 4 dozen popcorn balls. I feed 30 men and no one goes home hungry. Wow. You are cooking.
You are pretty amazing, Bounty.
That is great. DH, I spend about $900 on groceries for a family of 4, but my husband is picky. Give me the next one. So I'm not going to argue, but he is good with the rest of our budget. Yeah, I mean, okay, so they have one vice, but they're good with other things. You know, just let it go. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, if
their only debt is their mortgage.
I was going to say, if you're not in a financial bind, it's less significant if you spend more than you could in certain areas. Mm-hmm. So, coming at you.
Naomi, what kind of spray do you guys use for spiders? Mike goes online and gets the pesticide controlled substance use for only pesticide people, and we spray our house with that, and we have never had a problem with spiders. But you haven't sprayed since we moved in, so it's been 4 years, so that's pretty good.
It's called Suspend SC, and where is it that I get it from? Let me see.
I think we have some out there.
DIYpestcontrol.com is where I go to buy it.
And this is not sponsored.
It's not sponsored, but so what I found is spiders don't die very well from regular bug poisons because they have this armor on them that prevents it from getting in. But this stuff sits in, it has these little microscopic little balls that stick to them when they walk over it. And there are specific instructions about spraying it like around the baseboards and in cracks and stuff like that. And first time we ever got it was when we discovered a brown recluse in Ellie's room when she was little. Ooh. And I had known somebody in Kansas whose daughter got seriously mangled by a brown recluse. Don't mess around. So I bought this stuff because they said they explained that, regular stuff doesn't really do spiders. So I went around the whole house, did all the baseboards. I found every little crack. We had bricks there, and like on our stairs, the carpet went to the edge and there was just a little kind of gap there. And I sprayed everything like that. And the next day there were probably 500 dead spiders in the house. We had never seen.
It was horrifying.
And the reason why they say spray around the baseboards and all that is because spiders come out and hunt at night for bugs. So they come out and they walk around, but they like to stay close to the walls. So, and they like to hide in little cracks and things. That's why they were all dead out in the open in the morning, because they would walk across the poison and then. And so, yeah, that stuff is, it's pretty lethal to spiders, but they use it in schools and I think restaurants and stuff. But of course, they have professionals that spray it in those places.
But we just read the directions and follow the directions.
But I mean, you can buy it legally. And so, yeah, we just read the directions and spray it there. But I'll tell you what, after that first time, we didn't have any more spiders in that house for probably several years. We didn't see any at all.
Well, we only lived there 3 years and we never saw any.
House, you sprayed it in the first
4
year?
years. Yeah, you sprayed when we moved in and we haven't sprayed since then. So that's actually pretty good.
So it's about time.
Yeah. So he's going to go spray. But I was reaching into the laundry hamper and I felt this really bad sting. And I was like, ah! Mike's like, well, did you hit a thorn? I'm like, this is no thorn. I knew this wasn't a thorn.
Wow.
And
Paula says got bitten by a round recluse, was in the hospital in rehab. Oh my.
Yeah. That's why I was calling Michelle so fast, because I'm like, what do I need to do for this? Because I know I got bit by a spider. And what was weird was my finger swelled up and you couldn't see the bite marks. And I had put my finger immediately in ice water because it was just hurting so bad. And I immediately put it in ice water and to try and stop the pain. And then when I pulled my finger out, then you could see the hole. But when Michelle came, she couldn't see the hole. And I'm like, it's right there. I saw it a minute ago. I pulled my finger out, but it was there. But anyway, okay. Susan, it would be weird seeing a cooking video from someone missing a finger. I know. Oh, man. Man, but that's not something you want to mess around with. That's why I was calling her, because I'm like, okay, I know I need to take something for this, but I don't know what it is. And so she was looking up the best thing for it. And then made house call. Vicky, those are one of the worst spiders. I heard horror stories about red brown recluse. Glad your finger is doing better. Thank you. Yeah, I can finally bend it. So that's about as far as I can get. Yeah, I can't quite get all the way down yet. And you can see it's still swollen, but the wrinkles on my finger are starting to come back finally. So it's going down. Darlene, do you remember chow mein noodle cookies? I never had those. That's a good one. I bet that would be, I mean, I think that would be a good one is what I'm saying for not chocolate chip cookies. Rusty, would it be cheaper to buy that chocolate that's in the big blocks for melting? Just go look by the ounce, but you could. In the kitchen with Grandma CC, November 1st, Walmart Halloween candy for 25% off. Used to be 75% off. I know, but wait another week and they'll get it down. So probably on Friday, they'll lower the price again. Carrie, my mom makes some cookies every Christmas called cherry nut nuggets. Delicious, no chocolate. Yeah, I'm actually making those for my other channel. Terry, the chocolate crops were bad last year, so I get why it's higher. Hopefully they have better crops this year. The prices are going down. Yeah. Scotty, you might put water over your tire and it will show you the leak.
Yeah, I've done that before with like putting dish soap in the water and then putting it over there. Although I know there's a leak, so I'm just going to probably take it to the tire shop and have them patch it. So, but it's a slow leak because one day I aired it up and it was the only tire that was a little bit low. But the other day I was driving it and I was like, what? And I got out and looked and it was almost flat. So.
Shay, I'm trying to make my own 5 candies because the price is wild, but I love a good sweet and salty treat. Yep. Carrie, apples that aren't damaged will keep a long time stored in a cold dock price. Yeah, I just keep mine in my refrigerator. Butterfly, you know, we could get used to eating whole grains for 2 out of 3 meals and not rely on bread. Far less expensive. Exactly. We really don't eat a lot of bread in our house. We really don't. We eat mostly rice and potatoes. Scotty, my wife says a Windex bottle with soapy water will find the leak too.
Yeah.
Yep. Gina says, amen to those of us who survived a spider bite. Ooh, did you get one too? Man, that sucker hurt. Michelle said that it shouldn't have hurt, but man, it hurt like the dickens. It was really bad.
The other thing we had in Kansas was poison ivy. At one house, we had a yard where it had trees around the edges, and had these nice little hidey spots for the kids, but they kept getting poison ivy. And I went out and I was spraying the poison ivy with Roundup, and it would not die. So then I sprayed the concentrated Roundup on it, and most of it died, but one still wouldn't die. It was like a tree. Yep. So I built myself a hazmat suit, like one of those suits like for chemical weapons things. And I went out in the yard and started hacking and pulling, and I don't do this, by the way. It's really potentially bad. But the suit I had was completely covering me, and I put it all in trash bags and tied it all up. And then I went in the house and turned all the clothes inside out as I was taking them off, put them in the laundry, and got straight in the shower. But it was the only way to get rid of it because that poison ivy it was like a tree. So after that, the kids didn't have any more trouble, but wow.
Let's see. Send me the next one. Nathaniel says, my parents say, just mind your own business. I think he's talking about prices in the grocery store when people are buying stuff they shouldn't be buying. I honestly get irritated when people have ridiculous car payments and ridiculous grocery bills. I just scream internally, keeping my mouth shut is hard. I know. I'm right there with you. Louise, I cooked hamburger vegetable soup today. We will eat it for 3 days. Yep. Jean says, I like to make unsweetened applesauce and use it for substitutions for healthier baking. Yeah, it's great for baking. And I have a great applesauce cake in here, apple muffins, apple bread. You can just use it like with a spice cake and make it apple spice cake. Oh, delicious. And the recipe for applesauce and frozen apple pie filling are both in here. Apple pie is in here. Apple muffins are in here. All of those are in my Dining on a Dime Volume 1. It is on sale right now, up to 50% off for you guys because we love you and we're celebrating. Woo! Darlene says a gallon of gas just got to $2.22 in Tyler, Texas. Wow, that is crazy. Nathaniel just picked up coffee on sale today at Kroger. Buy 2, get 1 free. I wonder if coffee's on sale here at Albertsons. My Albertsons has not been having very good deals at all. But let me see if they got. Mike's been loving the Dunkin' Donuts coffee. So I've been trying to find that on sale for him. I might wait till next week and see if it goes on sale because I love you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I love you too.
We've worked hard, and so we are splurging on a few things, not a lot, on a few things.
Well, and I stretch the coffee pretty well. I mean,
yeah, How long does a packet last you? What, 3 months?
I don't know if it lasts that
2
long,
months?
but the thing is, if I pour it in the cup and there's more in the pot, I use it again later, like the next day or whatever. I will just pour it into the cup and nuke it and go. It doesn't taste any different, and it doesn't go bad in the amount of time that I use it. But I figure why dump it down the drain and then brew new, and it works fine. So. Mm-hmm. And also, if I go to meetings or something and there's coffee there, then I don't use our coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. We take all the packets from the hotel rooms if we go somewhere and bring them home.
I mean, if we're paying for it anyway, we might as well.
Darlene says, a beautiful moon coming up tonight. Ooh, we'll have to look. I know I got up in the middle of the night and it was like daylight out there with the moon. I don't know if it's full moon tonight or tomorrow, last night or tomorrow, but.
Wow, after daylight savings time change, I've been getting up in the middle of the night to go to the gym.
Yeah.
But actually, I've noticed after I'm done, the other day, the hills are kind of like the Badlands in South Dakota. And there were clouds above it, the kind of low ripply kinds, and the sun was orange on the bottom of the clouds, which was really cool.
Becca says, I have her Hobby Lobby mug. I love this mug. It's just so cute. It's one of my favorite. Daniel says, one time we found an entertainment center at a thrift store and thought it would fit in our Mazda, and it didn't. Everything else had to fit in the past, had to rent a cargo van. Oh, no. That's awful. Oh, Badland said we could take it to the car wash. Yeah, that's true. Well, it's totally brand new. So the Restore had just taken it out of the package that was all rolled up really tight and nice. So we could have just taken the pieces, but then we wouldn't have known what kind of couch it was. Or my daughter wouldn't have been able to try it. So it was kind of like, probably wouldn't have bought it if she would have known, but at the same time, they had literally they hadn't even finished unrolling it when she decided to buy it. So thanks, Brad. Wendy, U-Haul typically does a one-way rental. Yeah, they do. We should check. And you said it was $68. Wonder if they have any
for the
in stock.
smallest one, the slightly bigger one was $86. So. Well, I figure we could just go there and pick one of the two that's there. Since we're in a small city, it's probably not a massive amount of selection, but we know exactly where to go.
It's over by the oil change place. Yeah, we can just go look and see what they have.
Well, there's also, I wonder if the rental place where we've gotten the other stuff.
Yeah, it might be cheaper
too.
They have a price list. You could look up their price list. Jesse says found ground beef on sale for $3.50 a pound. Ooh, stocked out 40 pounds. That is great. Tastes way better than the $8 a pound ground beef. That's always expensive. Oh, yeah. Kimberly, down to the 20s in 2 days, along with 7 to 8 inches of snow. Oh, my goodness, Kimberly. Ooh. I had to water my plants today because I had transplanted all these. Transplanted all these plants early October, thinking we were going to start getting our October rains here. Didn't get any, so I've had to water twice to keep my plants alive. Gina says, I live in Oklahoma City. I would like to find cheaper ground beef. Aldi's has been months. Yeah, I never found good stuff at Aldi's when we lived in Kansas. Jesse, every year my work gives away free turkey to every Thanksgiving. Ooh, that's great. One year it was funny. My son got a turkey from work and he forgot it. So he texted his coworker and he said, let me see if I can find the picture. Here. You guys got to see this.
You might have to send it to me.
This is hilarious. Okay, so his
you can't share it.
Coworker. Okay, let me send this to Mike. Oh, this is just too funny. You guys are just going to laugh at this. Okay, I sent the picture to Mike. Give him just a second. Get in there. So his coworker said, he said, I got to leave. I can't wait for you to come. So he took a picture out in the snowbank and he buried the turkey in the snowbank.
Sorry, I'm getting to it.
This is what he did. Zoom in so they can see the X. So he put a big X there.
Yeah, he put a big X at the spot where the turkey was buried in the snow. Because he wanted it to stay frozen. It was like, I don't know, probably 8 degrees outside, most likely.
It was cold.
But he put a little X marks the spot. Funny. We thought that was the funniest thing.
Oh, so we got our free Thanksgiving turkey from that.
Yeah, so I think he sent us did Dave send us the picture?
Yeah, Dave sent us the picture.
Yeah.
So it was funny. Brandy says, I take home food grade buckets from work that would have been thrown away and give them to a fisherman in exchange for 1 to 5 pounds of his freshly caught cleaned fish. Ooh! Oh, I'm jealous. Yum.
Wow.
She says, also, we share what we have in abundance at church. I took home a bag of potatoes. So tonight I had fried fish and baked potatoes. Absolutely free meal. Oh, go, girl. That is great. Value the Badlands. We let our local honey producer put hives on our land. They dropped off yearly rent of 2 gallons of honey this week. We get the pollinators. They get the honey. I get honey. Oh, that is great. Jennifer, what do you think of the cost plus grocery stores? I don't know anything about them. I've never heard of them, so I don't know. Guys, our Diana Dime cookbooks are on sale, 50% off if you buy the sets right now. I'll get to the rest of your comments and questions in just a second. Full color pictures. Our volume 1 is 600 pages. That's the red one. Start there. Easy recipes to get you in and out of the kitchen quick. how to make scrambled eggs, how to make tortillas, taco seasoning, how to make maple glazed chicken, how to make all your cleaning supplies, beauty supplies, kids, recipes. All of those are in here.
It's an encyclopedia of amazingness.
Cooking encyclopedia. You're right. And then the next edition is volume 2. Totally different recipes. Get you in and out of the kitchen quick. Just couldn't put them all in one book. And then my gluten-free, dairy-free edition. I am gluten-free, dairy-free. And so I put all of my gluten-free recipes in there. Savage Cabbage says, my brother got bit by a black widow and it was very painful. We still joke that he got superpowers from it, though. Oh, that's funny. Well, Michelle said it shouldn't have hurt if it was a black recluse. So I hope it wasn't a black widow.
Well,
but it hurt. It hurt really bad.
Well,
maybe it wasn't, because Mike looked it up and said that brown recluse aren't in Wyoming usually. Oh, well, it must be misidentified. I didn't actually see it.
Well, it was some kind of spider that bit you and was causing a reaction.
Yeah, it hurt.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was really on the bandwagon about the recluse in Kansas, and I was not going to have it. I've seen spiders here, but I'm not quite sure what they are. So,
yeah,
we're going to have to go on a Spider-Mageddon.
Yes, and we need to do it soon.
We should do Wasp-Mageddon too, and they're mostly gone, but just to prevent them from coming back in
Vicky
the spring.
said it's good that it probably hurt so that you knew you got bit. Yeah, I'm really glad that I knew so I could get the antibiotics, because I don't mess around with that stuff. And the way we've had stuff going lately, that's just what I don't need. Elaine, I made your apple pie filling. When the apples were on sale, they're all frozen and ready to go. Yeah, right here. Dining on a Dime Cookbook, Volume 1. Absolutely love that recipe. It's also on livingonadime.com. Darlene, so what's for dinner tonight? Okay, you guys, I have to confess. I had my daughter pick up a rotisserie chicken at this Walmart when they went.
I think you and I are going to be the only ones eating it, though. They picked up all sorts of other goodies for themselves while they were out. All the kids went out together, and they came back with a variety of things from all different places.
Yeah.
So the question about do they follow our...
Well, I told her to get that, and it was only like $5. So
no,
I'm
I was meaning the things that like Dave.
Oh yeah, they came home with clearance salads, and they had clearance granola bars. So yeah, they do.
One of
they
them
had the clearance
got a chicken
stickers
thing
all
he
over.
likes. Another one went to a new fast food place in town.
Well, yeah. Although he got it for
the one
free.
that did the fast food place,
He got it for free.
He had a coupon for free.
So, Savage Cabbage says we use leftover coffee and either reheat it or use derived coffee. Yep, we do too.
Well, and actually, we had the Walmart coffee prior to that, and it's okay. It's not wonderful, but it's okay. If I was on a sailing ship after 90 days across the ocean, I would definitely be happy for it. The Walmart decaf one was not so great, though. But when I tried the Dunkin' Donuts one, it is.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, wow, this is a lot better. So I think maybe I'll stick with this since we're not quite needing to cut as much as we used to.
Yeah. Darlene, wonder if there's a way to make apple butter pie. I don't know, but that sounds interesting. Carooster says super full moon tonight. Ooh, we'll have to go look. Actually, I feel like I could go to bed now.
Well, make it happen.
Gina, apple pies sound good. I do make applesauce and my apple butter. Thank you.
Well, if you want to go to bed and you need a justification, just think that right now it's probably after midnight in London.
True.
Even though you're not in London, it would still be a good explanation.
Gene, even with higher prices, you're still way ahead by making coffee at home. Can't believe the lines at Starbucks. I get my favorite brand and cut it with cheaper store. I know. Don't even get me started on that. Heather, we are her favorite YouTubers. Me and my husband have rekindled our love with your baking videos. Every day we bake something together from your show.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is a new one.
Wow.
Have we
Thanks,
rekindled our love through the baking videos?
We have. Especially with our 31st anniversary being 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's shocking, people. If you're young and you've only been married for 5 years, just don't blink.
We're old
because
Yeah. Ooh, Darlene says it was a turkey treasure hunt. Yes, it was. It was funny. Amy says my store has butter on sale for $2.50 for 1 pound, but you have to buy 5. Okay, yeah. Hey, I'm fine with that. Good grief. Somebody asked about my mom. Yes, she's doing great. Thank you for asking. We saw her 2 days ago for our son's birthday.
For the birthday, yeah.
Had birthday party.
Actually, she was also here for our Thanksgiving about 2 weeks ago.
Coming tomorrow to see our daughter.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving was I don't know if you missed the story on that. We were shooting Thanksgiving videos for the channel, and we had a giant Thanksgiving spread that was all done, and we're like, well, we got to eat it. So
we invited Brad from the Restore, and Mom and all our kids were here, and well, most of our kids were here.
Had a Thanksgiving, thing.
Denise says that red cookbook is to die for. Everything you didn't know you needed and more. Yes, thank you. We give tips on how to save on everything on your grocery bill. And Heather made the white coconut cake today. Is that not to die for?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Absolutely love that. Oh, it was Katie that asked about Mom. Sorry about that, Katie. I missed couldn't find your comment. Linda, how to make kids. Now that's a new recipe. She missed when going through the cookbook. Tanya, my son told me there's a type of spider. Apparently, if you get bit, you can't eat meat anymore. Well, that's weird. Never heard of that before. Gina, Target candy is 70%. Wow. Kimberly says Aldi coffee is the best non-brand coffee. We drink Hills Brothers. Oh, that's interesting to know. If we ever go back to see my brother, maybe we should stock up on Aldi's coffee. She said Aldi's coffee is really good. Let's see. DH, when your kids have their own children, they will be following your financial advice even more. Yeah, maybe. Miss Sensibility, rotisserie chickens are on sale at Walmart. I bought 2 of them. They were $5. Oh, that's great. Jane O'More. Actually, it's a tick that carries a disease that makes people allergic to meat. I did not know that. Brandy, I made your turkey recipe 2 years ago, and now my husband won't let me cook it any other way. Can you share the link with that for the turkey or Thanksgiving recipes? She won't let.
Just a regular Thanksgiving
recipes. Won't let my husband cook it. My husband won't let me cook it any other way. People at church ask for the recipe, and I tell them about your book. Thank you. We had actually thought about, because it's just us now, thought about going to Thanksgiving at church. And I was like, I'll tell them I'll bring the turkey. Let me bring the turkey. Kimberly, I would probably buy as much as I could. $2.50 a pound for butter is more than half off. Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Sorry, the computer.
Jane O'More, I got bit by deer tick and got treated for Lyme right away. Ooh, yeah, that is not good. Kelly says I made your glazed carrots, oatmeal cookies, and apple pie this past week. So good. Thank you. Yeah, all of those are in Dining on Dime Volume 1. Cheap and easy recipes.
So I'm sharing the Thanksgiving recipes, and it has
all our Thanksgiving, and the turkey is to die for. It is delicious.
Except if you get the newsletter, it'll be coming to you probably tomorrow too.
Yeah, that's true. And yes, you can still do it for $25. Next week's video is talking about how to do Thanksgiving dinner for about $25 to $30 this year. Sandy, I have a wrong time getting a turkey out of the oven. Maybe she needs hard time. They can be heavy. Karen, Tanya, glad you were mistaken because that would be awful. It was true. Yeah, that would be awful if I couldn't eat meat anymore. Ugh, I like eating meat. That would be horrible. Yeah, so our cookbooks, guys, are 50% off for the sets right now. Go check them out. The green one right there. I'm pointing. No, you're in the wrong way. See, I'm pointing the right way. Right there.
That's weird.
Look what it's doing. Oh, it's inverted.
Oh, one of us is inverted.
Oh, that's funny. Okay, so now you point. So you go the other way.
If I point like, oh,
that's
I'm
funny.
Inverted.
Okay, we didn't know we did that.
But that's weird. It says
it looks, but the stove looks north.
But the sun.
No, the stove
you're
is backwards. Oh, we didn't know this show did all these years. We didn't know.
Well, no,
this.
there's an option in there when I see.
Oh, that's funny.
Last week we had the lip sync was out a lot, and I was trying to see if trying something different would solve it, but I put it in a different browser, so I guess the settings are different than they have been. I'd be curious.
Oh, that's funny.
Did it freeze?
All right, so 50% off our cookbooks, guys. Please go visit us at livingonadime.com. We will see you next week. Have a great rest of your week.
Yep. Bye.